My floor is too big. Ah, that was a terrible Don Hertzfeld impression here. So look at this. What? Look how big these stone tiles are. This is gigantic. Well, this has to do with how Sketchfab deals with repeating textures. Hint, it doesn't. So if you're working in Maya and you are changing your UVs to repeat, it's all for nothing. It's not going to even remember that. So how do we get this to no longer cause this problem for us? Well, if we look inside of Maya, I have this set up right now where I have this as a repeating texture. So if we look at this brick on the bottom, my place 2D texture has this at a 10 by 10 repetition. Well, there's a way that we can actually get this to output, even though we had this output earlier like this to Sketchfab, it didn't care. So how can we get that to actually work for us? If I take my repeat UVs, do that one by one, and I look at this. Okay, that looks a lot like what I was dealing with earlier. So let's look at that again. Yep, that's the same issue that I got. So how do I fix this? If I take my model, so I go to my polygons, go to UVs, and right now, if I go to the UVs of this thing, it actually should look more like this. There we go. This is repeating 0 to 1. 0 to 1. So that means if I go 0 to 10, you're seeing it happen already. And if I go over here, 0 to 10. And I'm holding on to the X key when I do that, so that way I can have this snap. This now is repeating, you guessed it, 0, or it's repeating 10 times on both ways. So what we would do is just select this and then drag that out so it's larger. Very easy to do that. We're going to do that again right here. So I have this little tiny piece. And so right now that's a really small spot. So I'm going to go and double that. So by going U and V, and now I have this fixed. Now it might look weird because it's extending beyond that, but actually we know that once we go beyond a certain area, it will extend. Now if I output this from Sketchfab, or from Maya to Sketchfab, it will allow for this to come in with the UVs repeating. So that's a lot easier to deal with. This already has that applied as well. So this is going across the, what is it, the V. So it's going straight up, and it's not repeating both areas. I'm just repeating that once this way, and it may be a strange way to work at first, but you'll get used to that. It's not that difficult of a thing to deal with. So that's how we can fix our gigantic textures that would be happening in Sketchfab. So I haven't uploaded this yet in here, but I'll be doing this shortly to fix that part. So very easy way to fix our textures that we're seeing in there. Also, one thing I want you guys to take into consideration, look how pretty this looks in Sketchfab, because it has the depth of field going on. It has the textures really starting to pop inside of here. So when we work in Maya, Maya is not, it's content creation. It's not giving us our final output. So always make sure you output stuff and test inside of Sketchfab, because sometimes the beauty of that stuff, it doesn't really come through until you actually get that out into the wild, so to speak, of Sketchfab. So that is all for this tutorial.